All right. Well, so no Gerald McCoy. What's your reaction to that?
Fine with the guys we got here. I mean, I'm definitely confident about the men we have in our room right now. And Gerald McCoy, of course, should have been a good addition to the team, but I like the chemistry that we've built over this time, and it doesn't bother me at all.
There's talk about the NFL talking about maybe going to an 18-game schedule. Commissioner Goodell talking about fewer preseason games potentially. What are your thoughts on that, having been a part of the league? Are you in favor of less preseason, or do you feel like you need that time?
I feel like that time is it's as good as how you use it. You know, if you use it well, and if you're on the field practicing, getting together, and you still feel like you need some time, then yeah. But if you can expedite the process and squeeze in a little bit more, with the little time you got, I feel like the 18-game season could be good for us.
Do you have a preference on what you prefer, or not really?
I mean, when I was a kid, I heard that they're going to shorten the season. Now that I'm a younger man, they said they're going to lengthen the season. I'm just going to play ball, whatever happens.
Hey, Myles, what is the next step for this defense to become elite?
Consistency. There were some games we looked, pretty good against some elite competition, and then sometimes we, looked like we were all over the place. Didn't have a clue what we were doing. So just being able to, consistently stop people, get those takeaways, and keep them off the board.
And the run defense in particular, what do you guys have to do to the numbers were not good anyway. What do you have to do to improve that?
Tackle.
How do you fix that? I mean, you're not going to probably tackle that much in practice.
I mean, you put your head in front, you wrap your arms around, and you gator them. That's about it. I mean, you got to stay in your gap, and you got to learn how to tackle. That's it.
How different is this defense this year as opposed to what you had last year? What are the differences you see?
It's more concise. Allows for a little bit more freedom within the scheme, but let you go out there and be a player and not feel like a robot at times.
What will have an Olivier Vernon on the other side? There, you talked about last year. You felt that there were some plays where you were trying to pick up that half a second. You felt that close. What will having a guy like Olivier Vernon opposite of you? Do you feel that would get you that half a second that you were looking for?
I think with all the guys on the line, I'm gonna get that extra second. You got OV, and we just got Sheldon. Larry's back and healthy, so it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. With how they come out the ball, with what they've learned over this time that we've had off. So I think we're all going to be hunting after the quarterback.
Does that help maybe string out that offensive line a little bit so they can't just key on stopping Myles Garrett? They've got 3-4 other guys that they're going to have to pay attention to. Is that what excites you most now?
Yeah, I mean, if you focus on one guy too much, you're going to get beat up in another area. So they're going to have to pick their poison.
Myles, what kind of moves? Because I guess you were restricted to just 2 moves to get the quarterback last year, which is kind of strange. But so, what moves are we going to see this year that we haven't seen?
I'm going to decline to answer that. I'm just going to tell you there'll be more. If I give up my moves, then I'll have nothing to use when I get to the first game.
How deep is the repertoire, though?
It's deeper than 4 or 5.
There's a lot. One of the question marks about this team is Freddie's never been a head coach. What have you seen from him so far that makes you feel good about him making this step?
Confidence in himself and in us. All it takes is belief. And you believe in yourself and your abilities, then you go out there and you go show it. All he has to do is put us in the right position and not doubt that we're going to go out there and make the play. And that's all football is about. Allowing us to have that freedom to go out there and make the plays that he wants us to make and that we're supposed to make.
Myles, you and Baker, you have number 1 picks back-to-back years at top. Do you guys feel maybe a little extra responsibility, I think, to get this whole thing turned around and going in the right direction?
I mean, we were kind of placed in the position to turn the ship around, to right the ship, and we're on our way. It's on us to lead our respecting offense and defense and make sure things are looking good in the land.
The mood of the team, now that you're all together, I mean, are you trying to tamp down these expectations Or you just, or do you feel some excitement even though Freddie's trying to downplay all the big dreams there?
I mean, I'm more of a Freddie type temperament with that discussion. Me, you got to go out there and prove it. It doesn't matter who you have or who you are. You got to go out there and you're only as good as the games you play right now. You can't speak about a sheet that you have with numbers on it or no players on it.
When you look around, you've been here obviously through the rough time and then getting better last year. You see the talent better now?
Talent's been improving consistently over the last 3 years. So I'm happy about it, and I think it'll show during the season. But again, you got to prove it.
Obviously, guys, you have the talent, but do you guys feel like you're ready to take that next step towards, say, the playoffs or towards the playoffs?
What's the difference? You just go out there, you whoop the guy in front of you, and you win games. You've been scoring touchdowns, you've been tackling, you've been sacking people since you were in elementary, middle school, junior high. There's no difference. It's still football.
You've known Duke for a while. Are you confident his situation won't be a major distraction for you guys?
He's a playmaker, and I believe he'll be just fine. When he gets back on the field, he won't be a distraction at all. Go back to stiff-arming people and shaking people out the cleats.
Hey, I'm going to ask you to say who is better, but how would you contrast the personalities of Greg Williams and Freddie Kitchens? They seem like a contrast to me.
I don't think there's a real comparison. I mean, both are very honest in what they say and what they do, and they stick to their guns. But Freddie just he wants the best for you. He wants to allow you to have freedom and do your thing. He's not restrictive at all. And Greg, he's more of a I've got a proven formula that's worked for me, and I'll put you in a position to make plays. You should make it. And it's just different coaching styles. And for some it works and some it didn't work.
What better suits your game?
Freedom. That's for any player. You got to have some structure within the defense to not be able to get cut out your gap, and think that's okay. But you also have to when you have that talent to make plays on any part of the field. You got to allow that to flourish and do your thing.
Hey, Myles, on that, how difficult is that we've been hearing about gap integrity for 20 years. So how difficult is it to maintain that gap integrity?
Well, it depends on who you are. If you're having 600 pounds pushed against you and you're a nose guard, it's a little bit different. If you're a six technique, you have a tight end and a tackle, they're trying to cut you out and they're trying to go to the B gap. That's a little bit different. So it depends on where you're at. It's tougher than you think, but it's a simple act.
Well, I guess what I mean is like intentionally leaving your gap to go help another guy. Then you always say you have to trust that your teammates is gonna.
You do.
That's gonna do the right thing.
You just gotta trust that he'll make the play, or he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. And you can't be trying to play two gaps at once. That's where you really mess up. That's when the indecision hits, and y'all both fall into the same gap, and somebody creases you for 40.